guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is who is your soulmate or twin flame? So that is the pick a card that we're doing today. Ignore the fact that this candle right here is out and I also have a broken fingernail. I'm getting that fixed tomorrow, but I still wanted to film this video for you guys so that you guys have it, even though I have a broken fingernail. So if you see that once in a while, just slide that on by. Yeah, this candle will literally not stay lit. I've lit this like 3 times and it keeps crackling and then going out. So kind of interesting, you know, because they say that candles have meanings and stuff, and when they do certain things or act all funny, it means stuff. So if any of you guys are candle readers, what do you think that means? Because this candle will not stay lit, and this one's the same candle and it's doing fine. But this one's like, you know, kind of has a mind of its own, doing its own thing today. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But anyway, if this is your first pick a card reading and you don't know how it works, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, this is pile number 5, and this is pile number 6. Basically what you do is you look at all of these different pile options and you choose the one that you are most drawn to, and then skip ahead to that timestamp link down below in the description box and find out who your soulmate or twin flame is. So yeah, these card readings are so much fun. I've loved doing these for you guys. So if you guys have any other suggestions of, you know, what to film or whatever for pick a cards, if you guys want to see like a specific pick a card reading that you have in your head but you know nobody's made it yet or something, comment it down below and I'll be sure to make them for you guys. But anyway, without further ado, let's hop right into this pick a card reading. So pile number 1, let's find out who your soulmate or twin flame is. So the first card we have is the 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the Moon. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And then we have Wind activation. And then we have the full moon, surrender to the divine. And then we have get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. And then our last card is Uranus, genius. How fun. Okay, so pile number 1, this is your twin flame or soulmate. So the first card that we have is the 8 of Pentacles, and this card is somebody who, you know, is an apprentice at things. They love learning stuff. They are trying to become a master at what they do, or they might even be really close on the verge of being a master at what they do, but they love pushing forward with their goals, making things happen. They're very motivated people, and so you might find that your soulmate or twin flame is somebody who's very motivated, very hardworking. They love to keep doing things. They love to gain knowledge, and they love to keep exploring and keep doing. Like they're definitely not a lazy person. They're a person who gets stuff done and they love getting their hands wet, or they even might love reading as well and just gaining a lot of knowledge. When the Moon card comes up, it can deal with somebody who is in touch with their intuitive side, or somebody who can even have some fears like not doing things, since it's surrounded by 2 cards that kind of deal with working and doing things and, you know, constantly being busy. Maybe there's somebody who fears not being busy and not learning new things, somebody who can't really sit in the comfort of just themselves. With the Moon, it can kind of bring up those types of things when it's beside these 2 cards. It can also mean that when you first meet this person, you might have this illusion where you don't actually know that they're your twin flame or soulmate. You might meet them and totally bypass that thinking completely, and you don't even realize or even think about it. It doesn't even cross your mind. You may have already even met this person and you have no idea because you've never really hung out with them a lot or gotten to know them on a deeper level, and so you might be totally masked to the fact that they are your twin flame or soulmate just because you've never thought about them that way or never gotten the chance to get to know them and felt those deep feelings yet. Or maybe they haven't had the chance to open up completely yet either. But it's about not really opening up and keeping this veil up because of deep-seated fears. And those fears for them would be about, you know, letting somebody else in and fearing that they might take away from their learning, and the fact that they want to keep doing. Maybe they have a business and they're scared it's going to take away from their business or something. So it can be that, but it's not something that's permanent either. The moon goes in cycles all the time, so there's always chances to come in there and snag them up and make them realize that they're your twin flame or soulmate. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who loves learning new things. This is like a younger kind of energy card. It's somebody who probably has a young energy about them that's always eager to learn new things, always eager to know new things. It's probably a person who's very like widely knowledgeable in a lot of different things. They might not be an exact total master at anything, but they do a lot of different things. And they love learning new different things. It can also be somebody who's starting their manifestation process and they're about to manifest a lot. It can be somebody who's pretty material, but maybe they don't have a lot of material stuff yet, but they're about to start manifesting a lot of material things. It's somebody who does have value in the more material life as well as money. But the Page is more of a beginning manifester rather than a master manifester. And so they're right now learning to fully manifest everything that they want. And they're on the verge of that. So just so you know, they can be incredibly successful, and I think they will be, since the Eight of Pentacles comes first as well. It's just going to take a little bit of time because they're on their way to manifesting like full abundance in their life, especially materially. And the next card that we have is Wind Activation. And so I think this talks about you might meet them spontaneously. The wind, you know, it's like ever changing. It comes really fast and then kind of goes really fast. So don't miss out on your opportunity if you meet somebody like this, because they may or may not be your twin flame. It's worth trying to find out, right? So your twin flame is going to be this type of person, and I feel like they're a very swift person, and you might even meet them kind of on an airplane or somewhere where there's a lot of movement happening. Also with the Wind Activation card, I feel like it's also talking a little bit about them as well, because they're right now activating their manifesting power. They're right now just about to go out and manifest a whole bunch. So it's like, yeah. And also with the Wind Activation card, I feel like they're actually going to be coming into your lives really soon, because the wind is like really quick and it's going to be activated really quick. And so if you have any like thoughts about like, oh, that person might be my twin flame, like explore it, because they just might be. The next card that we have is the Full Moon, Surrender to the Divine. So if you don't know whether this person may or may not be your twin flame, just surrender to it. Keep an open mind. But then you might find out after getting to know them, like, whoa, I have such a deep connection that is undeniable, and they have it too. And they have to have it too. I mean, with some twin flames, one person realizes it first. So, I mean, don't give up so right away. But again, if this is somebody you've been chasing for like a year and they're just not there, you know, they might not be your twin flame, or they just might not be ready for that connection yet in their lives. The next card that we have is Get Grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. And so I feel like, again, with the Moon card, this person is totally intuitive. They're in touch with their intuitive side. And so they might be able to like read emotions really well. You might be able to read their emotions very well. So one thing you might notice when you're with this person is that you two can both feel each other's emotions. Whether you've felt people's emotions before, whether you've been empathetic before to people's feelings, you'll like really notice it with this person, and they'll feel that too with you. Is like you two just both understand each other on an emotional level very, very well. And so if you meet somebody that you just have that feeling with, that can also be a sign that that person is your soulmate or twin flame. And then the last card is Uranus, which is genius. So this person, again, is like so smart. You'll know it because this person is like incredibly well-rounded and knowledgeable and knows a lot of different things, like I was saying before, and like can do almost anything. It's like the handyman type of person who can literally do anything. You're just like, wait a minute, what? And if it's a woman, she's just a woman who knows how to do anything and everything, and just seems to know the knowledge of the entire world. Also with Uranus, things happen very unexpectedly. And also beside the wind card, it's like the wind card is like fast changing, it comes in really quick, and Uranus is a really quick, unexpected thing. And so I don't think you're gonna meet this person in a traditional sense or a practical sense. You might meet them online, because the wind and Uranus can also rule all of like the online type of things. So you might meet this person online in a random thing, or you might meet them just in an unpredictable circumstance, like on a plane or something like that. But it'll be totally like unconventional, if that makes sense, because Uranus is like the super unconventional planet. Like it likes to change things up and be really unexpected. And so it'll happen in an unexpected way, that is for sure. And I think it'll come really quick for you. So that is all for you, pile number 1. So pile number 2, let's find out who your soulmate twin flame is. So the first card that we have is the 6 of Pentacles, beside Temperance, beside the Knight of Swords, beside Gaia, nurturing. And then the next card is the Mutable Moon, nothing is yet set in stone. Then the next card is Share Your Voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. And then the last card we have is Capricorn, I use. All right, so pile number 2, this is your soulmate or twin flame. So the first card that we have is the 6 of Pentacles right here. And this means your soulmate or twin flame is incredibly generous, incredibly giving. They are a very balanced person. Whoever will do anything for them, they'll do back for them as well. They're very fair, and so they never take too much. They also never give too much, but they are more on the side of giving rather than receiving, even though they do like the balance. But they are definitely a very generous person. And they seem like they have an abundance of energy. They like to take care of people. If they see somebody that's not doing too well, or even an animal or whatever, they like to help that animal or that person. And they're just very caring, you know, and they'll take their time for you. They'll give their time for you and that kind of stuff. They're definitely not a selfish person. The next card we have is Temperance, and Temperance is also a very balanced card. And so this person is very well balanced. They've probably been through a lot in order to those lessons and everything made them become a very balanced person. And so now they know how to, you know, pick their fights type of thing. They don't seem like a person who would like argue or anything like that. Well, they might like have like those disagreements or whatever, but they're not a person who's gonna like, you know, blow up or something. They're very well balanced and in touch with their emotions. They know how to share their emotions in a productive way and that kind of stuff. They're very balanced. They know how to keep their balance with everything. Also with the Temperance, it can also mean long distance. So if you meet your soulmate or twin flame, they might not live in the same like city as you or something like that. They might be a driving distance away or even an airplane away, because Temperance definitely does rule distance. So definitely look out for that when you meet your soulmate or twin flame, because they might live somewhere else. And then with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is somebody who is really motivated. They're a thinker. They know how to manifest with their mind. It's also very fast coming. And so when you meet your twin flame or soulmate, they might come into your life really quickly. And they kind of just come in like a flash, really unexpectedly. The Knight of Swords is also like if he has his eyes set on a goal, he goes for it really quickly. Whereas Temperance is kind of a slow moving card. And so when you meet this person, maybe they might come into your life really quick and they might be at a distance, and it feels like things are moving slowly, but it's kind of like when you two meet each other, it's like this knowing, and it's like, I want to go for this. Like, let's move to the same city. Where should we move to? Let's make this happen. Let's do this. And so you might know like right away that this person is your soulmate or twin flame when that like spark just happens. Like you'll just know, both of you will know, type of thing. And it's like you two are really well balanced, but it's almost like finally it's like you guys just want to like come together really quickly. But Temperance can also be something that might face you with challenges of not being able to make it happen so fast, especially if there's like a distance thing. So it might be something that feels like it's sometimes really slow and steady, but slow and steady does win the race. So don't think of it as a bad thing. And then sometimes it goes like really fast. So you'll notice like there might be a period of where things aren't really happening with this person, and all of a sudden things happen really quick and so much happens, and then it's back to its balanced stage of whatever, like come more on the slower side and then back to the fast side. So there's definitely going to be like a push and pull there. Then the next card that we have is Gaia, which is nurturing. And so that I feel really fits in with the Six of Pentacles and the Temperance card, because this person definitely is just so nurturing. Like they look out for people. They want to make people feel good. They always consider other people's feelings and emotions, especially with the Temperance card. And so this person's really fair, and they really are so nurturing. Like they're the person who is, gonna give you their time. If you had a bad day, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be making you a cup of tea at the end of the day and like whatever you like, and then running you a hot bath. Like they're that kind of person. With the mutable moon, it says nothing is yet set in stone. So maybe you haven't met this person quite yet. Maybe you have, but somehow it's like, I feel like things are going to change up a lot for you guys, especially with the Knight of Swords. So somehow you two, when you meet, your whole lives will change. The Knight of Swords, he changes really fast, really quick, really unexpectedly. And so you might find yourself living in a new place, especially if it's like the long distance thing like we were talking about from the Temperance card. You two will have to change up your entire lives for each other. And so nothing is yet set in stone. So whatever your life is right now, just know when you meet your soulmate or twin flame, it will be completely different, like completely. So don't make anything super, super permanent, because when you meet this person, I feel like it's all gonna change. So definitely keep that in mind. The next card is Share Your Voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. And so I feel like communication will be really good between you guys. It'll be really quick, very happening. And so you'll notice that this person is like a really good communicator. They know how to express themselves. They know how to express their feelings to you. They're very balanced. They know how to listen and speak. So that's really awesome. But it's about you sharing your voice as well and letting this person know how you feel and express it, express it, express it. The last card that we have is Capricorn, I use. So with this person, since they are such a giving person, just make sure that you never take too much from this person, because they're such a giver that they will continue to give. So just make sure that where you're standing, that you never end up taking too much from them. Always give back what they give you, and never take too much, If you don't need to take anything from them, and you can do something on your own, definitely do that, because you don't want to run this person out of their energy. Sorry guys, my video totally cut out there when I was at the end of that, but basically it was just don't take advantage of them. They're such a giver that they will always be there for you no matter what. And so just make sure that you never ask too much of them, because they're always going to be there, and you don't want to drain them of energy or anything like that. So just be careful of that. But yeah, with that being said, let's hop into pile number 3. So pile number 3, let's find out who your twin flame or soulmate is. We have the 5 of Cups beside the 8 of Cups, beside the 2 of Wands, beside crystals, focus, Then we have the disseminating moon, time to breathe out. Then we have yes, just say yes. And then the last card we have is Neptune, sacrifice. Okay, so pile number 3. This is all about your twin flame or soulmate. So the first card that we have is the Five of Cups. This card talks about being upset over, you know, a kind of relationship that didn't work out. And so this could either be talking about you or your twin flame or soulmate. So if you have not yet met your twin flame or soulmate, it is possibly you being so upset and hung up over a previous relationship that you just can't let go of because there was a lot of emotions involved and it didn't end very well, and you're kind of stuck on that, and focusing all of your attention on what had happened. And the universe is telling you with the Eight of Cups to walk away and leave that behind. Don't be focusing on that, because the more you focus on that, you're not going to get out into the world and find your actual twin flame or soulmate, because you're so upset upon what already didn't work in the past that you cannot move forward. So the universe would be telling you, like, just let go of that. The Eight of Cups says walk away, go on a different path. It's not meant to be anyway. It's time to let it go and leave it behind you. It does not serve you anymore. It's not going to, and you're not going to move forward if you don't leave it behind. So it's time to leave it behind and search for something new, and have trust in the universe that there is something new and better. Because why, like, have yourself hung up over something that, you know, doesn't make you happy anyway? It's like you're sitting there sad over it. Why do you want that? You know? And so it's like, walk away from it. There's new, better things out there. There's things that will make you smile, things that you won't sit there having to be upset over. And of course, you know, all relationships have their ups and downs, but it's not going to make you, you know, sit there for weeks, months on end, like just totally upset, you know? And so with the Two of Wands, it's like, dream about what the possibilities are, be open to the possibilities, look at all of the different possibilities that there are. What are all the different ways that you can meet somebody new? Because you're going to meet somebody new, and it's going to be once you finally let go of all of this. Or it can be talking about your soulmate or twin flame is currently going through exactly what I just said. So it's either you or your twin flame are going through that exact situation. That's why you two haven't come together yet, is because it's still dealing with all of the past stuff. So at the moment, neither of you are kind of ready for it. Also, you may notice with this person that with all these cards, it might be that your relationship in the beginning, because a huge thing with twin flames is that when you guys first meet each other, it can be really difficult, because it's like two sparks of the same flame coming together and molding and creating this huge flame. And sometimes it can be such a big flame that it kind of burns everything around it at first and kind of destroys everything, because fire can be very, very destructive. We all know that. So maybe when you two first come together, it's going to be very difficult and very hard, and like there's going to be a lot of heartbreak and emotions and a lot of arguments, because you two need to work stuff out. Maybe karmically you two have a lot that has to happen and go on. And so you might notice in the beginning of the relationship, it's like so much happens and so much seems to technically like go wrong, so to speak. And then you two might be having like a lot of breakups where you two kind of go back and forth between breaking up, coming back together, breaking up, coming back together. But maybe now's not the time to be with that person. And if you two can make it work, especially with the Two of Wands, it's like exploring the ideas of how to make it work, when to make it work, when is the right time to make it work, that kind of stuff. It's also asking, what can you learn from this situation? What can you take from this situation? And so definitely look at all of those different things, because if they are truly your twin flame or soulmate, you know, there's a lot of special, special power within that. And so it's about discovering, you know, you have the world at the palm of your hands, but how do we make two flames come together that don't become so huge together that they end up destroying the whole planet? You know, how do we make these flames come together? How can we calm both of the energies so that when the flame comes together, just as a beautiful, warming fire that, you know, people stare at in awe and they love, and it makes them warm and cozy and comforted. So you can make that, but it's about, you know, focusing your energy on it. It's so funny, the next card is crystals, focus. And so really focus. What is wrong? What needs to be fixed? Does anything need to be fixed? Of course there's things that need to be fixed. I mean, if there's things that seem to be going wrong all the time, it's like, how do we fix that, you know? And so really look at the situation, and is it something that can be fixed? Is it something that's worth it? So really look at that and figure it out. I feel like you're also being divinely guided and stuff with the crystal card, and, you know, all these beautiful, like, fairies or something, whatever you want to call them, kind of twinkling over there. So I feel like you're being watched over, and, you know, you're being sprinkled some good fairy dust or whatever, however you want to believe in it, or, you know, whatever. You may also notice that crystals can help you too. So if you meet this person and things just are really difficult at first, it's crystals can really help with that. So definitely look into crystals that bond love. Rhodonite can really help with love bonding and getting rid of like old past patterns, helping people come together. Maybe you need some communication stones. So Amazonite's really good for that. What are other good communication openers? I mean, even just having rose quartz around, because that'll help you to love yourselves more and then come together in a more loving, understanding place. Amethyst can help with that as well. You know, just you can even Google crystals that help with relationships. So maybe having some stones around can really help you guys too. The next card is take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. So take time to breathe. If things get heated, before they get super heated, or before you let the heat continue, just take a moment to cool down and breathe and think about, you know, how to work things out. And then yes, just say yes is the next card. So maybe whatever kind of intuitive feeling that you're getting, go with it and say yes. So if you're supposed to be with this person, say yes. If you're not supposed to be with this person, go with that, you know? Give yourself the knowing that you got this. Your gut will always tell you what's right. The last card we have is Neptune, sacrifice. So maybe we need to sacrifice more of ourselves in order to please the other person. And, you know, maybe we need to give up certain things to be together, because maybe we're not supposed to be on that path anyway. Maybe we need to let go of, you know, whatever kind of dark, you know, shadow sides we have of ourselves. And, you know, maybe we can't live that anymore in this relationship or something. We need to sacrifice some certain things to be with this person. Maybe they have, a cat and you're allergic to cats or whatever, and you know you need to sacrifice, and maybe that cat can go to the person's family or a really good friend that loves that cat as well or something. You know, somehow sacrifices need to be made in this in order for you to come together and work together, because if you want to be with your twin flame or soulmate, maybe there's some things that you two got to work out, you know. There's some past karma there that really needs to be worked out, and some sacrifices that need to be made in order for you two to be together. So that is all for you, pile number 3. All right, so pile number 4, let's find out who your twin flame soulmate is. We have the 3 of Wands beside the 5 of Wands, beside the Hanged Man, with the new moon of promise. And then we have the void off course moon, nothing will come of this situation. And then we have council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And then the last card we have is Mars, force. Okay, so pile number 4, let's find out about your twin flame and soulmate. So the first card that we have is the 3 of Wands. So immediately I feel like this person is really spontaneous. They love to travel. They love seeing the world. They love seeing new things. They're very, spontaneous and quick, very exciting. They like the excitement. They like to find out about exciting things. Beside the Five of Wands, I think this person's also very competitive. They love to compete. They also love to share their opinion. If others don't agree with it, they love expressing themselves and who they are and just being themselves. And they love having a say in everything. So they're definitely the type of person that, goes really out there. They're very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very outspoken, and then also they're like an outrovert, They love being in social places. They love being social. And it can also be somebody from a different culture. The Five of Wands can also be somebody that, is from somewhere else. They're from a different country, or they're from a different culture completely. They might be a different race than we are. And so definitely look out for that when you're meeting your soulmate or twin flame, because they're probably not going to be, the same race as you, or maybe not even from the same country. So definitely look out for that. You might even meet them while traveling, since the Three of Wands does rule travel. You might meet them somewhere else, and definitely not where you're from. Beside the Hanged Man, this card is always looking at things from a different perspective. And so when you meet your soulmate or twin flame, they might have totally different views of the world than you, especially if they're from a different culture. They might see things totally differently, and it open you up to a whole new way of seeing things and doing things that you never really explored before. So maybe you might be like a shy, more quiet person, more reserved. You're raised to be a bit more reserved and more polite and not really express opposite opinions or whatever, but they're the type of person that will push you to do that. They will push you to speak your truth and push you to be very open and open arms and be out there and express yourself more and be more wild and free and crazy, So definitely look out for that when you meet your soulmate or twin flame, because they might be the complete opposite of what you are and make you see things from a totally different perspective. Also with the Hangman, it's like somehow things are on pause. And so if they are from another part of the world, maybe you two can't come together quite quickly, and it will feel like things just aren't really moving forward with that person. Or maybe when you meet them, you two aren't quite supposed to, be in a relationship yet or something like that. And so maybe you have met them, but things just haven't happened yet for you two, but somehow you feel like maybe a connection, but things are just paused and they're not going anywhere, or, things like that. So definitely look out for that as well. With the next card, the New Moon, Promise. So just know that when things are supposed to happen, they will happen. And so I think, when you two are meant to be together, you will be together for sure. It's about new things, new beginnings, and all that kind of stuff. So you just have to wait until things change up, and things will change up and be completely new. Also with the new moon, it's like you're totally going to see life from a totally new perspective, and it's going to change up your world. When you meet this person, your life will not be the same anymore. And usually that happens when you meet your soulmate or twin flame. It's like all of a sudden your world gets flipped around, and you find out more about who you are as well, while they find out more about who they are. It's like, meeting your other half, and you're just like, oh, that's what I'm really like. I never knew that because I never met my other half before, So definitely look out for those types of things. I think they're going to change up a lot. The next card we have is Nothing Will Come of This Situation, Void Off Course Moon. And so with that, and with the Hangman, I think, maybe there's going to be feelings like that you can't make anything happen with them. You might have such a strong connection with them. You might meet them overseas or something, or in a different place, and you have such a strong connection, but you feel like nothing can go anywhere. Especially with the Hangman there, it's like feeling like you can't do anything, but don't worry, because if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. And when things aren't happening, it's because it's not the right time. You two still need to learn different lessons before you two come together. So definitely keep that in mind. The next card that we have is Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So, divine orchestration. The way things are supposed to happen have already been planned out. You two are probably not supposed to come together until the timing is right. It's like divinely orchestrated. It's like you can't start playing the chorus before you finish the first verse. And so you two are still finishing your first verse in life before you reach the chorus of you two coming together and having a total blast and amazingness. So definitely just keep that in mind as well when you meet this person, because maybe you're going to have such a strong connection, want to be together right away, but it feels like it just can't happen. So just know that when it's supposed to happen, it will. And the last card we have is Mars, Force. So maybe in order to make it happen, you're going to need to push a little harder, have a little bit more faith, and put some passion behind it. And I think once you two realize about, having this passion, just wanting to be together and making it happen, that might be when it happens, is, when you really put that full energy into it and not really listen to, society's rules about, well, it's like you're from really far away and I don't know, maybe you're gonna have to change up a lot. Mars is like a total warrior. He just gets what he wants by just, I need it, and so I'm gonna go change up this and change up this, and it's like a very intense sign. So got to let that intense passion out. And maybe your twin flame or soulmate that you're about to meet next, and I believe we have multiple, so maybe the one you're about to meet next is just supposed to be quickly in your life. And so Mars is a very passionate, lets out all that passion. Maybe it's something that's not supposed to, be a permanent person in your life. So definitely consider that as well. And if they are supposed to be permanent, just got to keep that passionate flame going. You might need to fight to be together, but if it's worth it, it's worth it. That's all up to you. So that is all for you, pile number 4. So pile number 5, let's find out who your twin flame soulmate is. We have the High Priestess with the 4 of Wands, with the Ace of Pentacles, beside the Rain card, Purification. And then we have the Full Moon Eclipse, Conclusions are within reach. And then we have Warrior Woman, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? And our last card is Saturn Return, Age. Okay, so pile number 5, this is what your twin flame or soulmate will be like. So with the High Priestess being the first card, I feel like when you two initially meet, you two are going to have a soul connection. You will both feel it to your core, and you'll probably feel that soul connection, maybe even deeper than the physical one, but there'll also be a very strong physical connection as well, since we have the 4 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So there will be that physical sense, there will be a passion in there, but there will also be a very deep soul connection. Like you two understand each other's souls very, very deeply, which is it's a really amazing thing. I feel like you two will be able to read each other very, very well since you have that deep soul connection. It's about being very intuitive. The High Priestess is super, super intuitive. Also with the High Priestess is very feminine. So I feel like this relationship will be more on the feminine side. And when I say the feminine side, it's more about the home life and stuff like that. It's more about, taking care of each other, loving each other deeply, all that kind of stuff, instead of the more masculine side, which is all about work and doing things very physical and all that kind of stuff. The High Priestess is very intuitive about emotions and that kind of stuff. So I feel like your guys' relationship together will be very very loving, very amazing, very deep soul kind of stuff. So beside the 4 of Wands, I also think that you guys are kind of going to be together for a long time. You guys might even be together for life, where you two will get married. You guys are going to get a house together. You guys will have a family. 4 of Wands is all about this stable foundation. So you guys will be very stable together. It's an unbreakable bond between you two when you come together. You're meant to be together this lifetime. You're meant to share your lives together, kind of thing. And so just know when you meet your soulmate, you might even be with them already, depending on if you are in a relationship with somebody where you feel like this is accurate to who they are, then that just might be them. Or you're gonna meet somebody like this, and you're gonna know right away, and they're gonna know it too. And you two are definitely gonna get married, have a house, have a family type of thing. You two are definitely gonna do that. Also, beside the Ace of Pentacles, you guys are in such a promising place. I feel like you two motivate each other a lot to manifest your dreams and make things happen. It's like anything materially for you to come really easily, especially when you're together. It's like you two can manifest anything, especially while you're together. And so you'll notice when you're with this person, for some reason, it's like you get everything that you've ever wanted. And you two kind of bring that out in each other and make that happen for each other, which is so beautiful. So you'll notice with this person, it's just like things seem effortless. They come with ease. I'm not saying you guys aren't going to have, you know, your fights and your issues. I mean, everybody has that. Every relationship has that. Every relationship goes through that. But it's just like you two are meant to be together. There'll be a lot more good times than bad times, that is for sure. With the next card that says rain purification. So it's like, no matter what your two pasts were like, and so no matter what your past was like, no matter what their past was like, when you two are together, things feel pure, things feel good, things all of a sudden come out in like their purest, truest form. You feel like you can be yourself with that person. You feel like you know them inside out, and you feel like you can be yourself because they know you inside out as well. And you just feel really pure with that person. You feel like everything's perfect. There's no like dark shadow sides. Everything's exposed in the relationship. The next card is the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. And so I feel like whenever you two do have problems, it's like you two can solve them, you know, in a really balanced, easy way. I don't think there's going to be a lot of huge fights between you two because you two are able to compromise and reach conclusions really easily with each other, and you just work with each other very well. The next card is the warrior woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? And so when you meet this person, don't be afraid of anything. Don't be afraid of falling for them. I mean, they're so perfect and so good. And I think you'll know that deep down inside. Just let any fears go. If you've been hurt in the past or anything, just let it all go. Just be the warrior woman. Do it. Take it. Be strong. And face obstacles together with positive outlooks, and you'll always receive positive outcomes. So the last card that we have here is the Saturn Return Age card. And when I see this, I really feel like you two are going to grow old together. I feel like you two are going to spend your whole lives together, and it'll be great. I mean, you're going to go through everything together. You two are going to get old together. I really feel like you two are pretty permanent, you know. You two chose to be together this lifetime. I think that's so beautiful. This is probably my favorite pile. You two are the winners. So if you pick this pile, wow, that's amazing. You are gonna have one amazing, beautiful love connection this lifetime. So that is amazing, especially with all the green that I see here. There's a lot of green with the Saturn Return card. The Rain card, the Ace of Pentacles has green, the Four of Wands has green, the High Priestess has green. So when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing a lot of green. The green rules the heart chakra, and so the love connection will be so strong. Your guys' love is so beautiful, so strong, so powerful, you know, so there's no separating you two, that is for sure. So that is all for you, pile number 5. So moving on to the last pile, pile number 6. Let's find out who your twin flame soulmate is. The first card we have is the Hermit, beside the Queen of Cups, beside the Queen of Pentacles, beside Meadow, vulnerability. And then we have your hard work is paying off, the new moon in Capricorn. And the next card we have is Mintakan, I don't know how to pronounce that. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Pretty sure that's some type of word. I don't know how to pronounce it though. And then the last card we have is Venus, love. That is an amazing card to end on. Wow. So pile number 6, this is what your soulmate twin flame is like. So the first card we have is the Hermit card. And when I see this card, I really think that this person is removed from the material world. They're more spiritual. They're more in touch with their spiritual side. They like the more inner works of things, and they like to be a little bit more secluded from the rest of society. And the rest of the world kind of thing. They like their alone time. They might be an introvert. But yeah, the beautiful thing about introverts is usually they're pretty dang knowledgeable, but you don't really know until you really get to go deep in there and really talk to them, because maybe they don't talk a lot. So when you meet this person, they might be really shy. You might meet them somewhere not quite in society. I don't think you're gonna meet this person at a club, that's for sure. I definitely think you're gonna meet this person in a more spiritual place, whether that's outdoors. I mean, outdoors away from people though, not really outdoors in like downtown or something. Definitely outdoors as in like, you know, you can meet them maybe in a non-crowded park somewhere, or out in a forest, or by a river, or on a lake, or something that's still like secluded, if that makes sense. So you're gonna meet them in a secluded place where there's not a lot of people around. With the Queen of Cups, I believe that this is, you know, your soulmate. I mean, they're very nurturing, very caring, they're very in touch with their emotional side, and they're very intuitive, like they're very psychic, especially beside the Hermit card. Like, they are so in tune with the other side, and they've explored the other side a lot, especially beside the Hermit card. Like, they have really unique psychic abilities and that kind of thing. So they've done a lot of inner work. They're probably a very well-rounded soul, especially when they're in tune with themselves. They know their emotions very well. They listen to their emotions. They're an empath for sure. And then beside the Queen of Pentacles, it's like the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is in touch with the material world. So maybe one of you, maybe you'll be the one that's more in touch with the material world, and your soulmate's going to be, you know, the very mystical, spiritual type of person that's removed from the material world. Or it can be the other way around. So definitely figure out which of you two it is. Ask yourself which one you are, and then you'll know which one your soulmate is. So with the two queens, that's definitely you and your partner. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is, you know, tied to the material world. They like material things. They like having a really good job. They probably have a really good job, and they're probably able to buy a lot. They can probably be the supporter. And so with your twin flame soulmate, I feel like you might even be supporting them financially, especially since the Queen of Pentacles, you know, makes enough money and likes to be the breadwinner. That the Queen of Cups might not make a lot of money and might not be able to totally take care of themselves. And maybe they just don't really have the motivation to even get a job or do that, because they're just so detached from the material world that it's like it doesn't really matter to them anyway. But you might notice that when you meet your soulmate twin flame, that whichever one you are on the spectrum, you can figure that one out. But you'll definitely be taking care of somebody, or they'll definitely be taking care of you, type thing. The next card that we have is the Meadow card, vulnerability. And so it's about opening yourself up and letting yourself be vulnerable, especially if you are the material person and you are, you know, your soulmate twin flame is the very empathetic type of person. It's about letting down your guard. The Queen of Pentacles likes to have her guard up, even though she's like a totally nurturing person. It's more in a material type of way. And it's about letting your emotions out. The Queen of Pentacles isn't somebody who really likes to let their emotions out, but it's about having to be vulnerable in order to, you know, make that connection happen with your soulmate twin flame. The next card that we have is the New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. And so, yeah, definitely keep putting in that hard work that you're doing, and put it in, because it will pay off. And do whatever you need to do to make things work. Maybe you two are going to have to sort out some things, because it looks like you two are kind of opposites in a way, but opposites attract. So maybe you two are going to feel like you're from totally different, you know, sides of the spectrum, but somehow you two are drawn together and you're supposed to be together, and, you know, your hard work in the relationship, it'll pay off, and, you know, you're probably going to have to put in a little bit of work to make it happen. The next card we have is Longing for Home, Belonging, the original light workers. So your soulmate is a total light worker who's probably not from this planet originally. If you guys, you know, believe in past lives and stuff, I don't think they're originally from Earth or anything like that. And so they might feel out of place, and that's why they're a hermit, that they don't really belong in society and stuff, is because they're not really necessarily from here, but they're a light worker and they're here to make things beautiful. And the last card we have is the Venus love card. So you two, I feel like, are going to have a very strong, deep love connection. You two are going to learn very different things from each other, and so you might be teaching them more about the earth and material side of things, and they'll be teaching you more about the spiritual, untalked about, you know, deeper other side type of things that's going on behind the veil that you might not know about. So that is all for you, pile number 6. I hope you guys liked it. And yeah, that's all the piles, that's all the cards. So I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys had fun with it. I know I had fun doing it. That was awesome. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And comment down below what you guys want to see as the next pick a card reading. If you guys have any ideas for pick a card readings, definitely leave them in the comment section below, because I would love some new ideas to film for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys love meeting your twin flames and soulmates. It'll be so exciting and so much fun. If you have any stories, if you've already met them and it was like, this was accurate for you, let me know your stories down below about how you met them and stuff. I would love to read that. I'm like obsessed with love and all that kind of stuff, so I'd love to hear you guys' stories if you guys want to share. So yeah, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.